Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Lowe, and we are here in NBA 2K24. I just released my slider set for the game, and we're going to be going through it this season. Really, just the idea is to have it a community-based slider set that we can talk through, we can work through it together, and try to find a really good happy medium for everyone. I will get into in a minute why I'm sitting here at the end of a simulated season, but that too is part of this slider set. So first, I want to let you know where to get in touch with me. You can respond right here to the video. That's going to probably be your quickest, easiest way. You can leave a comment, you can ask a question. I'm on Twitter at MikeLowe47. There's also a thread up on Operation Sports' forum under the NBA 2K slider section. There's a whole thread dedicated there where not just me, but others who are using this slider set are asking questions and leaving comments and that sort of thing. And it's really helpful to see all of that. So I wanted to get that out there right away, ways you can get in touch with me. If you want to actually see all of the sliders and that sort of thing, it's really easy. Probably the easiest way is right up in the Operation Sports forum. That's where you're going to see it kind of in the text form. It's really easy just to kind of take a look at your screen and take a look at, say, your phone or whatever. That's all going to be there. I also have everything up on 2K Share. If you just search for my user tag, which is MikeLowe47, or you can search for Mike Lowe Official. I think I've named everything, whether there's sliders, settings, and there's even a 2K scenario that will have you kind of starting at the first opening night. This is an opening night roster, at least from 2K, and it is set up really just as one team control, but of course you can go in and change that. So when you download it, you'll know it's the right one because it'll have you as the Knicks. But again, you can go in and fix all of that. I didn't want to have you start a league that had all 30 right away because maybe you didn't want that. And you'll have like 30 GMs who are fired and that crazy thing. So try to keep it as simple and streamlined as I can. So the sliders themselves, it's taken me a few years to really kind of get a handle on this game. There's a lot of sliders. This game's a lot different. It's a lot harder, in my opinion, to come up with a set than, say, in MLB The Show or say in Madden, and that's something I've been doing for a number of years. That's where most of you probably know me from. And so I really enjoy this kind of side. I like kind of digging into a game. How is it made? I do some of this stuff in my real life job, not with gaming, but just with software stuff, and I like to tinker. And so this is something I enjoy doing. I like kind of seeing what's here. The other reason, as I've said for years, that 2K is in such a good place out of the box. That has continue to kind of evolve over the years as all sports games kind of are trending more towards like our MUT modes or Diamond Dynasty or My Team. And that's understandable. That's what most people are playing. And so I'm not going to be ignorant to that. And I understand why. It's not that games are getting worse or anything like this. They're getting much, much better. But of course, they're catering to that sort of thing. And I think people use that as kind of like tongue in cheek a little bit of being upset. But I mean, what do you expect? This is exactly why. I mean, if people are only buying pistachio ice cream, why do you keep trying to sell vanilla, right? So, I mean, this is simple business economics of what they're doing. However, I am trying to kind of bring it back to the modes that at least I like to play, which is like, say, MyNBA, eras, or franchise mode and that kind of thing, because I enjoy kind of the team building aspects of these, and I want it to be realistic. I don't need to dunk on every play. I'm not looking for some kind of crazy over-the-top experience that maybe you see in some of the other game modes. And again, I'm not knocking that. That's just not what I do. So going back to why 2K has never really needed this in the years is Mike Wang and his team. I mean, they've just done such an amazing job with this game out of the box. But of course, they are pressured to kind of cater to their audience. And so as the years have gone on, it's strayed a little bit, in my opinion, from kind of that general base. And so this is where I've kind of felt the need the last few years of saying, okay, I get it. I get what they're doing. I need to try and kind of bring it back to where I want the game to be for what I'm looking for. And these are things like, I call it like dirty basketball, more turnovers, more hands-on balls, fast break, loose ball, more fouls, just things like this that you're going to see, more injuries, right? And so there's just a lot that we're trying to do to kind of bring it back down. If you look at most sports forums and whatnot, you're going to see a lot of people complaining about like, oh, there's too many injuries, and oh my gosh, like I can't. You'll see this a lot with Madden, and people just freaking out about there's too many injuries, but that's part of the sport. And to me, it's like if you're not building your team right, you're not building depth for guys to step up and fill in for injured players, well, then you're not really truly experiencing something that would be considered realistic, at least in my book. So again, injuries is all part of it. And that's why we're starting on this screen, because probably the hardest thing I've had to kind of come up with this year is a way to get games started and games played realistic in a simulated season. And that's what we're here looking at. We're looking at the end of a simulated season with the slider set loaded, technically with the scenario loaded. And in real NBA last year, in the actual NBA, there were three, maybe four. I think there was 3 players who started in all 82 games. Games played, there were 10 who played in all 82. Now we're pretty close here. We have 7, so it's going to a little bit more than I'd like, but I've had it simulated as low as 4, so that's pretty good. And games played is still the challenging one. We're way down. If you simulate a season, guys, you're going to see like over 100 players who start, not just play, but start in all 82 games. It's really wild. But I have this down to a reasonable number. It's more than 10, which is what the real life number was last year, but this one simulated at 27, and it's reasonable. And it's within the realm of reasonability for me too, because the NBA is continuing to push for players to take less days off, don't sit players, but people want to come and watch the star players play and that kind of thing. So when I see Anthony Edwards playing in all 82 games, I'm cool with that. And so I think it's working out really, really well. So again, I don't need to go through every single slider here. That's not what I want this video to be. I just want you to know that there's tinkering that's been done. There's tinkering that's still going on. And really any slider I show you in this video, it could be different here in a few days, in a few weeks, in a few months, and that sort of thing. But the idea is we're looking for realism. We're looking to make it as realistic as possible. And so again, there is a lot going on kind of under the hood, but there's also a lot you're going to see, and I call this out very clearly in the Operation Sports post, that there's a lot just at default. Guys, don't fool yourself. This is a gaming studio. They know what they're doing. They know their game better than you. They know the game better than me. They know how to tune it. Even if it's maybe not tuned exactly the right way, we're fine-tuning it. Is what I look at. And again, this is someone who I've done a lot of really, really, really popular slider sets over the years, like some of the top in the world for MLB The Show, if not the top in the world. And I'm telling you that it just doesn't matter that much. I'm not tuning anything. I'm fine tuning. And I think it's really important to understand people won't play a game. They're waiting for so-and-so. And it's weird that like sliders are becoming like, I guess, more popular in a way. Like we're seeing a lot more people getting involved in sliders, and I think it becomes like hyperbolic a little bit. Like it's being exaggerated too much. Like this is not that important of work. It does take some time and it takes some tinkering. But at the end of the day, I guess what I'm trying to share is that think of this as fine tuning. So when you see things like, oh, a lot of these things are at default still, how come these aren't changed? Because they don't need to be. Quit trying to force it, or maybe quit trying to make it look like you've discovered some amazing secret about a game. Because I don't do that. I don't try to be anything other than what I'm just trying to be, which is honest and straightforward. So again, that's it. There's not really a whole lot else I need to say here. I just wanted to let you guys know, A, the set's out, B, where to find it and where to interact with me, and then C, I really hope to hear from you and how it's going, because I'm excited about it. I think 2K is still the best sports game I've ever played. I'm just super excited about it. I just wish they could get into football again or that sort of thing. But it's a great game. It's a ton of fun. And yeah, I appreciate you checking out the video. So again, get in touch, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't. And I appreciate you guys all checking out the sliders. See you on the court.